Hello, everybody, and thanks for joining us. We're getting ready to get started with Game 2 of the doubleheader today. Sporting Arkansas versus CJFC, Carl Junction Football Club. First game, Sporting Arkansas was victorious 4-0, 3 goals in the first half, and finished the game in the last few minutes with a 4th goal. Sporting likes to play out of the back. They have a back 4 that they'll work the ball around. CJ was successful in the midfield, had a lot of possession, but struggled to find the goal. See if they can change things up here in the second game. CJ will start with the ball. Sam Hammond doing the kickoff for the Bulldogs. 40-minute halves. All right, and we're underway. Played back to McGuire, playing defensive mid. Back to Miller. Miller back to McGuire in the middle. Over to Morehouse. Morehouse with the quick one-touch, but stolen away by Sporting. Hammond steals it in the middle of the field, gets it over to Schumacher. Schumacher pushing ahead, tries to get it through to Teeter. Deflected away, but back to Schumacher on the ball. Schumacher looking for possession. Drops it for Cowger. Cowger takes the shot and goes wide. But good early shot by the Bulldogs. And Sporting will play a goal kick out of the back. Schumacher comes up to press. Hammond comes up on the ball. Sporting plays it out wide and out of bounds. Throw in for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs earn another possession in the final third. Trosper sends it into Hammond. Hammond cuts it back. Leaves it for Trosper. Trosper sends it into the box. Teeter's there to get a head on it. And that's an early goal for the Bulldogs. CJFC with the first goal of the season on this Lake Country Soccer League. And Bulldogs take the lead 1-0. Sporting puts the ball back in play on the kickoff. Hammond pressures the ball again. Sporting working hard to play it out of the back. Kalk pressures the ball. Sporting is able to maintain possession on the sideline, working down the right side. Played back to the middle as Hammond's there to pressure. Teeter steals, gives the ball to Schumacher. Schumacher has an opening, plays it through to Teeter. Teeter back on the ball, takes a shot, and that one goes over. But another good opportunity for the Bulldogs. And good start to the game. Sporting puts it back in play, playing it out of the back. Sent wide, out of play. Throw in for CJ. Morehouse comes down to take the throw in. Morehouse ahead to Cowger. Sporting's able to clear it out of play, and another throw in for CJ. Played back into the middle, stolen away by Sporting. Into the middle for a run. Falcon on pressure. Opportunity, not a great strike though, and Brown is there for the save. Brown punts it away. Ball's loose in the middle. Sent out wide. Teeter gets a steal. Teeter back to the middle. Cowger receives and cuts it back to McGuire. Sporty challenges, and McGuire gets called for the foul. Sporting will get a free kick about 30 yards out. Sporting sets up for the kick. Low ball. Brown fumbles it, but gets back on top. He'll run out to the top and throw it out to the left for Trosper. Trosper works to the ball. Stolen away in the middle. Drop back. Heavy touch. Kauk clears it away. Teeter's over there on chase. Teeter settles it down. Schumacher making the diagonal run. Teeter drops back to Morehouse. Morehouse pops it ahead to Schumacher. Schumacher is offsides and will let it go. Out of play. Throw in for Sporting. Playing out of the back again. Heavy touch on the left. Cowger steps in to get possession. Can't come away with it. Sporting sends it all the way downfield. Down the left side, Brown stays in the box, and Miller will chase all the way down and shields for it to go out of bounds for a goal kick for the Bulldogs. Brown plays the goal kick out of the back. Heavy pressure by Sporting, and Falcon tries to clear it away. Tries to send it upfield, I should say. Sporting's able to deflect, and another goal kick reset for the Bulldogs. 5 minutes in, Bulldogs leading 1-0. Brown plays it out to Morehouse on the right side. Morehouse carries with no pressure coming. Sends it down the line, deflected by Sporting. Schumacher's shielding to get position, leaves it for Cowger. Cowger one touches to McGuire in the middle of the field. McGuire tries to find the seam through the Hammond, but Sporting deflects away. Playing it back. Schumacher and Hammond both pressuring. Teeter comes up on the challenge. Ball bouncing high in the middle. Sent up into the air. Fight for the ball in the middle of the field, still loose. Teeter gets in there, kicks it high into the air. Hammond's in the middle of the field trying to get possession. Trosper steps in. Sporting's able to gain possession in the middle. Cowger challenging. Teeter steps back to help. Sporting gets a good 1-2 into a seam. That's the top of the box. Sporting takes a shot. Miller's there to deflect. Sporting back on the ball. Drop back to the top right corner of the box. Trosper steps in on the challenge, gets the steal. Trosper up ahead to McGuire, who outlets to Hammond. Sporting gets the steal. Kauk defending on ball and shields and knocks it away. And corner kick for Sporting. Sporting working over for the corner. Driving ball to the back post over everyone. Morehouse steals, knocks it out of bounds actually, and throw in for the Bulldogs. Throw into the middle. Cowger's there. Cowger looks to turn. Stolen away by Sporting at the top of the box. Miller steps in, works around him, and shoots, and that's a goal. And an answer by Sporting, 8 minutes in. Game now tied 1-1. Bulldogs restart play with the kickoff, playing out of the back. Falcon's there on the left side, into the middle for McGuire. McGuire touches it out to Falcon. Falcon with the left, up to Hammond. Chested down by Sporting. Into transition action, gets to the edge. Falcon pushes off, no call. Into the top of the box. Brown's working to get a deflection. Bodies all over the place. And the Bulldogs are able to clear. Teeter comes over to the ball on the right side, looking to carry down the line. Teeter sends the ball up ahead Hammond trying to get a touch and does. Hammond settles and drops it back to Cowger. Cowger tries to one-touch it, goes high up into the air. Sporting settles it down. Challenge on the ball with Trosper, I mean, and foul is called. Bulldogs will get a free kick. Miller comes over to take the free kick for the Bulldogs. Miller with a driving ball to the middle. Teeter's there set up. Sporting's able to clear into possession. Through ball, and Brown is there to receive it at the top of the box. Brown kicks it out to the right. Teeter's over there trying to get to it out of bounds. Throw in for Sporting. Ten minutes into first half action, score tied 1-1. Bulldogs scored first off a header from Zach Teeter, and Sporting answered just a minute and a half ago. Sporting inbounded on the left side. Schumacher pressuring the ball and gets a touch and steal. Schumacher's looking to get to the angle. Goalie steps up and is able to grab it at the top of the box. And Sporting again will play it out of the back. Hammond and Schumacher pressuring. Sent up into the middle of the field. Miller and McGuire looking for possession. Sporting gets through, and McGuire's there with a great save. Miller challenging on the ball and is able to get it clear. And challenged by Sporting. It will be Bulldog ball. Great save by Dylan McGuire. Prevent a sure goal. Falcon with a good throw in up to Cowger. Cowger is able to turn. Looking back to McGuire in the middle of the field. McGuire still in possession, leaves it for Trosper on the side. Trosper through to McGuire on the run. McGuire pokes ahead, and off of Sporting will stay Bulldog ball. Quick throw into Hammond. Hammond back for Trosper. Trosper gets the line, but out of bounds, and throw in for Sporting. Sporting takes a throw in down the line, headed forward into possession. Through ball on the right side. Miller comes back to challenge, gets a foot on the ball, but Sporting stays there. Miller back into pressure. Sent across the top of the box. Morehouse strikes, gets it ahead. Cowger comes, and Schumacher's able to win it. Schumacher working for the ball, still on it. Schumacher shielding to get position, and stolen away by Sporting. Cowger steps in and gets the steal. Sporting sends it downfield to the left corner. Morehouse will chase and let it go out for a throw-in for the Bulldogs. Oh, I'm sorry, that was out the end line, so that will be a goal kick. Brown takes the free kick or the goal kick into the middle of the field. Cowger is able to get possession, sends it wide for Teeter. Teeter challenging for the ball. He's able to get a touch on it. Sporting turns it back to the middle. Schumacher chases back and is able to get possession. Stolen away by Sporting as Schumacher tracks back to get back to it. Cowger in the middle comes up to pressure. McGuire steps in and trips the Sporting player, and free kick for Sporting just beyond midfield. Sporting sends in the free kick, wide of everybody and out of bounds on the end line. Goal kick for the Bulldogs. Brown plays the goal kick up to the right side. The Sporting defender pokes it downfield and out of bounds. Morehouse comes down to take the throw in. Throw in down the line. Teeter challenging for the ball, out of bounds, and will stay Bulldog ball. Morehouse comes up again to take the throw. Leaves it for McGuire. McGuire cuts it down the line. And out of bounds, throwing for Sporting. Sporting playing out of the back. Schumacher challenges. Sporting's able to get it wide. Back to the middle. Teeter steps in. Deflected off Schumacher, still loose. Teeter tracks back again. Sporting's still able to make possession. McGuire steps in, gets a touch. Into possession for Cowger. Cowger carries middle. Cowger looking for an opening, leaves it back for McGuire. McGuire has pressure from behind. He's able to drop it off for Calc. Calc back to McGuire. McGuire back to Falcon. Falcon across to Trosper. Trosper pokes it in for Cowger with some space. Cowger gets there on the challenge. He gets in front, holds it up, and sends it over for Teeter. Teeter gets through. He's got the ball at the top of the box. One touch back to Schumacher at the top. Schumacher takes a shot, but can't get a good strike on it. And goalie's able to retrieve. Sporting playing up the left side. Ball goes out of bounds, throw in for the Bulldogs. Sporting with a line change, 4 subs coming in. Morehouse taking the throw in for the Bulldogs after the substitution timeout. Morehouse throws it into Teeter. Teeter touches it up to Hammond. Hammond loses control, and Sporting takes over. Sporting with a 3-toe into the middle of the field with some space. Calc challenges back. Through ball. Falcon's there. Brown steps up and is able to retrieve it in the box. Brown played back to the middle. High bounce over. Hammond settles it and puts it back to Trosper. Trosper pokes it out to Hammond. Back to Trosper in the middle. Down the line for Hammond. Sporting steals. Schumacher's there to get the possession. Schumacher at the top of the box goes for the shot and draws the foul. And a free kick for the Bulldogs about 25 out. Trosper will set up for the free kick for the Bulldogs. Looks like they're not going to commit much of a wall, so Trosper can take a shot on goal here. Trosper plays a low ball, far post. And that will be a goal kick for Sporting. But it sure looked like that was a good opportunity to take a shot on goal. Sporting will play it out of the back on the goal kick. Schumacher pressures ball. Sent ahead. Teeter's there to challenge. Sporting does a good job in possession, getting it up ahead. Through ball into some open space. And can't handle it as Brown's able to step up and win it. That back three needs to be a little bit more disciplined in marking their strikers. they're playing more of a zonal system when they really need to be man marking if they're just going to have 3 back. Played out of the back, Schumacher challenges. Schumacher's trying to get the steal and does. He gets around him to the top of the box. Sporting's able to clear it. Trosper with the floater, and that's good for a goal. Cale Trosper found the goalie out of the box and just lofts it over his head. And CJ with the 2-1 lead. Sporting will restart with the kickoff, playing it out of the back on the left side. Schumacher comes down to pressure, so does Hammond, double team on the ball. And handball called on Sporting in the back line. Teeter's going to come up, looks like he might take a quick restart. Trosper's running backside. Ball floats up in the air. Hammond tries to get a header. It's loose. Popped up into the air. Sporting keeps it in the air. Still in the air, all the way up to midfield. And chase back for the ball. Sporting's able to possess it out to the right side. Down the line on the right, McGuire chases back, sent into the middle. Miller's there to carry wide. Miller can't control it as Sporting gets back on top, and Miller has to clear away. Corner kick will be the result. "20 minutes into this first half, Bulldogs leading 2-1. Sporting with a corner kick. Sporting has back post covered. Calgary's able to clear the first attempt at the corner, cleared away by Miller at the end, and another corner kick coming up for Sporting. Sporting plays the floating far post ball in. It's still loose. Miller heads it the wrong direction. I'm sorry, McGuire, and gets away with it out of bounds. Goal kick for CJ. Quick restart. Miller sends it down the left side. Sporting possesses into the middle of the field. Receives and turns. Still on possession, gets it through. Looks like he might have been offside, but no call, and kick right to Brown. Brown sends the punt away, right to Sporting. Sporting possesses and looks to turn. Miller's there, controls it, and back into the middle of the field for Kauk. Kauk leaves it for Calgary. Calgary looking for possession. Good move. Kauk goes wide for Trosper. Trosper one touch down the line for Hammond. Hammond gets over there on the line. Hammond cuts it back into the middle for Schumacher. Schumacher looking to possess, cuts it through for Teeter, deflected away by Sporting, but right back to Schumacher, into Kauk. Kauk at the top of the box. Kauk gets through, stays on the ball, takes the shot, and goes wide. Goal kick, the result, but another good chance for the Bulldogs. Sporting with the goal kick set up, they'll play it out of the back. Schumacher and Hammond looking to pressure the ball. Play it out the back side. Hammond needs to pressure the goalie there. Played back to the outlet. Heavy touch as Teeter comes in unchallenged. Schumacher on the ball. Schumacher another touch and loses control, but right to Kauk. Kauk takes the shot, and Schumacher commits the foul in the box on the challenge. And just tried to get too close with it. Just needs to take the shot where he's got it. And a free kick as a result for Sporting. Sporting clears it away all the way up to the striker. Handball is the call, though, as he can't get a clean touch on it. And Bulldogs will get the free kick. Miller driving ball up ahead, touched by Sporting. Calgary's there. Cowgirl tracks back, can't get a hold of it. Sporting stays on it. Down to the right side, cutting back to the middle on the overlap. McGuire pressuring, gets the steal. McGuire sends it down the line with his left to Trosper. Trosper, one more down the line to Hammond, but too far out of bounds, and throw in for Sporting. A couple more subs coming in the game for Sporting, four more subbing in. A little over 15 minutes left to play here in the first half. Throw in down the right side for Sporting. Controlled and played through. McGuire clears. Good punch ahead by the Sporting back line. Ball loose. Miller is able to clear. Up ahead to Hammond. Hammond settles it back to, well, tried to beat a Trosper. Sporting steals. Back into the middle. Cowgirl's there to receive it. Cowgirl looking for positions, able to get the turn. Cowgirl looking into the middle. Sends it across to McGuire. McGuire one touch up to Teeter. Teeter's able to turn. Teeter looks for Hammond. Hammond heads it forward for Cal. Cal gets position at the top of the box. He gets in there, looks to take the shot, and swept away by the center back for a corner kick for the Bulldogs. Another good opportunity for the Bulldogs. Cal maybe could have taken that shot one dribble sooner as he got the corner. I think he didn't feel like he had an angle at the shot and tried to get one more touch, and the center back was able to sweep in and clear it away. Trosper comes over to take the corner kick. Low driving ball. Schumacher comes in for the first touch. It's loose. Sporting sends it high into the air. Cowgirl tries to get a touch. And high kick is the call. So Sporting will get a free kick. Ball played into the middle of the field. Sent down the right side. Falcon tries to jump up to head it. Goes over his head. He's able to track back and just drops it out of bounds for a throw-in for Sporting. Ball sent all the way across. Teeter's there, heads it high into the air. Cal get in position, and he'll draw the foul as the Sporting player pushed him in the back. Miller punts it high into the air, floating up. Schumacher's there, tries to get a touch on it, goes over his head. Bouncing high in the midfield. Cal comes up to challenge. Sporting's able to maintain possession. Cowgirl gets there, ball through. Miller comes up, whiffs on it. And Morehouse is over there. Morehouse on pressure, Miller in cover. McGuire tracks back to help. Ball sent to the middle. It's loose as Kauk gets position. Kauk sends it out with his left up to Trosper. Trosper one touch up to Lewis. Lewis turns back to the middle, and Sporting steals. Sporting one touch into the middle of the field, into the top of the box. Miller's able to deflect. Falcon's there to try to clear. Sporting steals. Sporting back in possession at the top right of the box, and he's going to track back. Sporting across into the middle, over to the left side of the box. Teeter comes in to challenge. McGuire steps in. Sporting stays on possession, and McGuire gets called for the foul. Free kick for Sporting at about 25 yards out. Bulldogs with a four-man wall. sent low into the wall up to Cowger. Cowger tracking down the left side, tries to keep it in. Lewis comes over. Lewis keeps it in. Stolen away by Sporting. Falcon there in position. And foul called on Lewis on the backside. I think he was actually tracking the ball, didn't see what happened. I think he ran him over. Free kick for Sporting, about 30 yards out on the right side. Bulldogs will commit 3 to the wall. Sporting takes the free kick, goes far post. Brown chases over, and the Sporting player saves it out of bounds for a quick restart for the Bulldogs. Sub coming in the game for Sporting. Bulldogs sent up ahead to Teeter on the goal kick. Teeter gets the edge and just a little too heavy, goes out of bounds on the right side, throwing for Sporting. Sporting settles and sends it to the middle. Cowger's there in defense, or Kauk's there in defense. Kauk chases back, gets position. Sporting sends it to the middle. Brown's there to pick it up in the goal. And good possession on defense there by Kauk to maintain the run. Brown sends it over to Trosper. Trosper's going to be able to settle. Trosper tries to send it right through and deflected away by Sporting. Throw in for the Bulldogs. Falcon comes over to take the throw. Falcon with the throw down the line to Kauk. Kauk sends it over to Lewis. Lewis can't handle it, and Sporting clears it. Falcon into the middle of the field for Cowger. Cowger tries to get back to it and does. Cowger looking to run on the right side. He looks for a through ball to Teeter. Teeter runs out. Schumacher's there in the middle of the field to settle. He settles and turns. Schumacher looking to possess. Gets around the first guy. Pokes it through, deflected off Sporting. Teeter gets position and no foul called as Sporting's in possession. Into the middle of the field. Teeter stays down for a minute. Sporting sends it ahead. Brown's going to run over to retrieve and will shield him as it goes out of bounds. And goal kick result for the Bulldogs. Brown slid down that hill off the push. Looks like he's okay though. Just lost his footing. 8 minutes left here in the first half. Bulldogs leading 2-1. Sporting Arkansas has been really committed to playing out of the back. The Bulldogs have finally found a solution to that, and Sporting has been a little bit less willing to play out of the back the last couple of possessions. Sporting from the top of the box takes the attempted shot. Player is offside, and Bulldogs will get a free kick. Quick restart by Morehouse out to the right side for Teeter. Teeter looks to send it upfield. Sporting steals. McGuire's there in the middle of the field to steal it back. Up to Kauk. Kauk looks for possession, sends it up to Lewis on the left side. Lewis trying to get over there and is able to keep it in. Stolen away by Sporting. Sends it down the line. Sporting playing some 1-2 action as Bulldogs retreat into defense. Ball in the middle of the field. Morehouse steps in. Miller defended on ball. Sent through into the top of the box. McGuire steps in and gets the challenge, and Morehouse clears. Throw in for Sporting. Sporting possession, gets it to the end line, but too heavy, and Morehouse does a good job on the challenge. Out of bounds, goal kick for the Bulldogs. 3 more subs in the game for Sporting. Not sure what the delay is. Oh, they're trying to get the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It looks like they have the right players. Okay, goal kick sent up to Trosper, stolen away by Sporting. Trosper pressuring the ball, stays in. Sporting gets to the top of the box and drops into possession. Sporting across to the left side. Lewis steps in, sent high over the goal. Heads up, fans! And the fans on the other field lucky not get a headbang there. Goal kick for the Bulldogs. Morehouse is hurt and is hobbling off. Bourne subbing in for Morehouse on the right side. Brown sends the goal kick up ahead. Cowger gets a good touch and settle. He carries into the middle of the field with some space. Cowger looking for a through, dumps off for Lewis. Lewis back to Cowger. Cowger carries back into possession. All the way over to Falcon on the left side. Falcon sends it wide for Trosper. Trosper looking for the line. Sporting is able to pressure, and Trosper has nowhere to go. And is able to get the turn. Trosper still in possession. Sends it all the way across the switch of the field to Lewis. Lewis tries to get to it but can't handle the bounce. And Sporting in possession, sent to the middle. Lewis chases back. Schumacher comes back on pressure. Into the middle as Cowk's there. Ball's loose. Trosper steps in and gets a touch, but right to the Sporting player. And Sporting possesses, sent wide. Sporting is able to get it on the right side, down the line. Falcons there, pokes ahead to Trosper. Trosper cuts it back to the middle for Cowger. Cowger possesses and drops it for McGuire. McGuire back to Cowger. Cowger looking to turn. Cowger cuts it back, scanning his areas for where to go. Teeter presents, and Teeter pokes back to Cowger on the run, but just a little too far ahead. Out of bounds, throw in for Sporting. Sporting back on the right side. Trosper and Falcon double. Cowger comes on pressure. Down the right side again for the Sporting. Sporting looking to overlap. Miller comes up on pressure. Miller defending on ball. Falcon there on the ball. Teeter steps in and clears. Trosper with his right into the middle of the field. Schumacher comes up. Sporting's able to get there first. Schumacher stays on pressure. Sent back into the top of the box. And Sporting sends it back. Schumacher pokes it away, but right to the Sporting player. And Sporting will reset out of the back. Sporting plays to their mid. He's able to get turned. Cowger steps in and gets a poke away, but Sporting's able to maintain possession. Sporting again looking to possess. Carried to the middle. A little heavy on the touch, and they'll play it back to the back line. Sent back into possession for the midfielder. Dropped up ahead on the challenge, and McGuire's able to clear. Cowger will give chase to try to get it before it goes out of bounds. Good challenge, and I believe that was off of Sporting. It will be throw in for the Bulldogs. About 2 minutes left to play here in the first half. Bulldogs currently leading 2-1. Falcon comes over for the throw-in. Leaves it for McGuire. Falcon with Cowger. Cowger with a good move to get some space. Up ahead to Schumacher. Schumacher tries to turn. Can't maintain possession, but Cowger's back to it. Cowger leaves it in the middle for McGuire. McGuire one touch. Sporting steals. Sporting into transition. Lewis is tracking back. McGuire goes for the slide tackle. Teeters back to support. Sporting sends it over to the right. Cuts it back to the middle into a good shot by Sporting, but off target. And it will be a goal kick for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs in a 3-5-2 setup, and they look really good in the middle of the field in that 5, but anytime they lose the ball in the middle of the field in possession, it's almost a fast break for Sporting, because The Bulldogs have just 3 guys back, and they're spread. Miller will take the goal kick, sends it up to the left. Sporting with the header high up into the air. Trosper's there. Trosper tries to settle it down. Still bouncing. Trosper gets into position. Falcon's asking for the drop, but he ends up getting it from Sporting. Falcon cuts it wide and is able to maintain, gets tripped up and gets the foul. And that will be a free kick for the Bulldogs. Miller will come up to take the free kick. This should be the last play of the, yep, there's the horn, and that will do it for half. Bulldogs leading 2-1 at halftime. Some good opportunities for both teams. High, fast-paced game. Sporting's playing it out of the back. Their back four working for possession, and then touching into the midfield and playing back to possession. Bulldogs are playing that 3-5-2, which is a really possession-heavy midfield, and has created some nice opportunities for them. But if they lose possession in the midfield, it definitely has created some threats in transition for Sporting. So it should be fun to see this second half. First game of the doubleheader, Sporting was able to win 4-0. Much better game here in this second game for the Bulldogs as they're leading 2-1. We'll go ahead and take an audio break, and we'll be back in a few minutes to start the second half. Okay, we're back ready to start the second half. 40-minute halves today. We'll start at 40, go to 80 for the second half. Sporting will take the kickoff. Bulldogs leading 2-1. Whistle gets it started and we're underway. Sporting sends it right up ahead into the top of the box. Miller gets a touch but can't handle it. Sporting looking for possession and draws the foul on McGuire. And an early opportunity for a free kick for the Sporting to start this second half. About 30 yards out. CJ putting 5 guys on the wall. Sporting takes a low shot, bounces up into Brown's face, but he's able to handle it. And Brown punts away down the right side. Teeter's there. Teeter gets the first touch, gets back into position. Sporting steals. Morehouse over on the right. Sporting gets it down to the corner. Miller and Morehouse working together. He's able to poke it through. Falcon's there, can't clear it. Shot on goal goes over. And goal kick for the Bulldogs. It's very hard to get a consistent touch out here on this field because it's so bumpy. So a lot of missed touches on these bounding balls that are coming through. Brown takes the goal kick up ahead to Kauk. Sporting steals. McGuire's there. Sporting possesses and carries it down the left side. Miller's there, is able to touch it but can't clear it, and into a shot for Sporting, but Brown's right there to scoop it up. Brown fires it out to the left side for Trosper. Trosper's able to settle it down. Trosper looking for position. Drops it back to Falcon. Falcon pokes it ahead with his left. Calgary steps in and deflects away, and Sporting will get the throw in. Sporting sends it across the box. Shot on goal, and Brown's right there in position and is able to make the save. Brown looking for where to go. Punts it away at the top of the box. Good punt up ahead for Schumacher to chase down. Goes all the way across and will go out of bounds. Sporting will get the throw in. Sporting takes the throw in on their right side. Down the line. Sporting's able to get it ahead. Falcon steps in and pokes it away. And quick throw in. McGuire tracks back to possess. Falcon comes back to help. Falcon still in pressure. McGuire tracking. Miller pokes it away. Schumacher comes back to challenge and gets the steal. Schumacher tries to turn. Sporting deflects it away, but Hammond is going to track back to challenge. Sporting plays it all the way back to the goalie, and the goalie settles in the box. Schumacher will come back to pressure the ball. Send into the middle for Trosper to challenge. Sporting maintains possession and looks to switch the field. It's lost in the middle of the field as Kauk comes up to steal, but a big bounce off the bad ground, and Kauk loses possession. Back into the middle. Calger's there, takes the shot, and they blew it dead just before that, and the Bulldogs will get the free kick. That ball went a long ways. There's no help. The last field has cleared out, so there's nobody back there to help them. It's a 100-yard run for the goalie. Cowger is setting up on top of the free kick. He's about 35 out. Takes a driving ball, deflected by the line. Schumacher comes over to pressure the ball. Sporting clears away, way out of play. And got some help over there on that far field to track the ball down. And the Bulldogs will get a throw in. Falcon throws it into McGuire. McGuire settles, pokes it through. Sporting is able to clear away. Cowger comes into position. Cowger gets it all the way across to Teeter. And wow, dangerous play by the goalie to let that go out of bounds. And he will play it out of the back. Quick touch as Hammond challenges. Teeter marking. Teeter gets the steal. Teeter looking for possession, sends it across the box. Sporting deflects away, but Hammond's there. Hammond sends it across. Kalk with the one touch, and that's a goal. Good job by the Bulldogs marking out of the back on the goal kick, something that they were struggling to do quite as well in the first game. This time, really good positional marking, and Teeter comes in and makes the challenge. Hammond with the assist across the box, and Kalk with the good finish. 3-1 now, Bulldogs leading. Sporting back in possession on the right side. Trosper pressuring the ball. Sent down the line, and offside is the flag. And the Bulldogs will get the free kick. Teeter stretching out those calves. Looks like he might be dealing with some cramping. Miller will take the free kick for the Bulldogs. Sends it way up ahead. Schumacher running. Headed up in the air by Sporting. Schumacher working to get position. He drops it back for Trosper. Trosper looking to get it back to Schumacher. Schumacher runs with it. He's looking to get to the edge. And Schumacher still in possession, cuts it back. And Sporting tries to clear, but right into his own teammate. Results in a corner kick for the Bulldogs. Trosper sets up for the corner. Sends it in, floating in the air. It's loose. Cowger's there to get a touch on it. Cowger drops it back to Kalk. Kalk pokes it in, doesn't get a great strike though, and Sporting's able to clear it away. Morehouse inbounds. Kalk pokes it up in the air to Cowger. Cowger settles. Cowger looking for position and deflected away by Sporting. Still a throw in for the Bulldogs. Teeter pokes it ahead. Still loose in the box. Sporting is able to get possession. Sends it down the left side. Morehouse is there. Morehouse drives it in. Schumacher gets a touch but can't control it, and Sporting is able to clear wide to the right. Trosper on pressure. Sporting down the line. Falcon's there. Sporting with a good touch up ahead and 1-2 run. Miller tracks back, and so does Falcon. Trying to get all the way back, getting around. Shot on goal, and Brown's in great position to defend. And the Bulldogs are able to eliminate the threat. Brown plays it out of the back to Falcon. Falcon over to Trosper on the left side, but Trosper can't handle the pass. Can't control the pass. And out of bounds throw in for Sporting. Sporting with a throw into the middle. McGuire gets the first touch. Over to Cowger. Cowger settles. Cowger looking for some space. takes a bad bounce on him as he tries to kick it, and Sporting gets the steal. Through ball, Miller steps into challenge. Miller breaks up the threat in the top of the box, and he's going to get a yellow card. The Sporting player for the comment, not the challenge. And the Bulldogs get a free kick. All right, a couple subs coming in the game. Morehouse and McGuire off as Falk and Boren come in the game. Miller tying his shoe. Sends the free kick up ahead. Teeter chases down the line. Still in. Good free kick. Teeter on the ball. Sporting sends it ahead for Calc across the box. Boren's there. Will chase across and goes out of bounds, throwing for Sporting. Sporting with a quick throw in into transition into the middle of the field. And Falcon's back on the run. Miller's there to clear. And high into the air, Sporting's able to head it down back into possession. Sporting down the right side. Boren's there on the ball to pressure. Schumacher tracks back to pressure ball as they drop. Sent back into the middle of the field. 1-2 pass stolen away by Boren. Boren to the middle for Trosper. Trosper tries to cut it back to Boren. Stolen away by Sporting in the middle. Sporting playing it back to the back line and back around the back. Bouncing ball comes over to the left side. Calc pressures, or Trosper pressure. Oh, yeah, that is Calc. Into the middle. And Sporting sends a through ball, just too heavy. Oh, maybe not. Brown was indecisive on what to do there and ends up having to leave it for a corner. Looked like an easy play for him to just grab it, but I think he thought it was going to go out of bounds. And results in a corner kick for Sporting. Sporting will send the corner in, high into the top of the box. They're able to kick it in for trouble, but Falk's able to clear it away. And out of bounds. Throw in for Sporting. Lewis will sub in for Hammond. Sporting inbounds. Ball's loose at the top. Sporting gets to it. Falcon's able to poke it up into the air, and Calc clears. Played with his shoulder on the left side. Tries to keep it in. The Sporting player does. And is able to send it down the line. Falk comes up and makes the steal and ruled out of bounds. So throw in for the Bulldogs. Falk with a throw in down the line, stolen away by Sporting. Teeter's going to pressure on ball. Looking to send it across to the middle. Sporting plays it all the way across the field to the right side. Falcon's there in pressure. Drop back. Lewis is there to steal. And out of bounds, poked away. Throw in for the Bulldogs. Throw in by CJ, stolen away by Sporting. To the top of the box. Miller's challenging, and Miller will just clear it away, resulting in a corner for Sporting. All right. 25 minutes left to play here in the second half. Bulldogs have everyone committed to the box except for Schumacher. He's up high for a transition play. Sporting sends the ball in high to the far post. Header, it's loose. And Sporting wanted a handball violation, but aren't going to get it. Up to Schumacher. Schumacher up to Lewis. Lewis on the run. Lewis tracking down the left side will pull it back. Leaves it for Schumacher. Schumacher to the middle, back to Lewis. Schumacher in possession, drops it back to Boren. Boren across the field, stolen away by Sporting. Ruled onside, chip right to Brown, and Brown's able to make the save. I thought he may have been offsides, but I didn't actually see that player till the kick had already happened, so I'm not sure. Ball sent ahead. Schumacher there to get possession, kicks it right into the Sporting player. I think he's trying to drop it for Cowger. Schumacher will pressure ball. Sporting playing out of the back again, back to the goalies. Good ball over to the left side. Down to the left, chested down by number 8 from Sporting. Sporting trying to play that combination down the left side. Finds the middle. One touch back to the defensive mid. Through ball into the top of the box. Brown's there and gets a touch but can't get the save, and Miller gets back and Miller's able to clear it. Second save by a defender for the Bulldogs in this game. And corner kick will be the result for Sporting. Sporting with the chip to the back post. Goes over everyone. Sporting in possession. Falcon on the ball, pressuring. Sent across the box. It's loose. Sporting tries to get on top of it, but can't. Teeter's there to defend. And Sporting draws the PK. In the 58th minute, Sporting Arkansas will get a chance to bring the score to 3-2. PK is right to Brown, and Brown scoops it up. Into transition all the way up into the middle of the field. Schumacher pokes it ahead to Kauk. Kauk tracks over, gets possession, sends it across the box back to Schumacher, and Lewis is there to give chase. Lewis tries to keep it in, but can't. And a huge save by Josh Brown on the PK. Sporting with a quick restart out of the back. Schumacher pressures and gets the steal. Schumacher still on the ball over to Teeter. Teeter takes the shot but goes over the goal. And another good opportunity for the Bulldogs off that playing out of the back. Again, Sporting with a quick reset. Schumacher challenges. They're able to get through. Send up ahead as there's a wind gust coming through. Miller leaves it for McGuire. McGuire sends it over. Nobody's there. Sporting steals. Sporting with the through ball, and this time their flag is up. And he doesn't play the ball, so it's still alive. That's the wrong call. He's in the play. All right, so they didn't call offside because he didn't touch the ball, but that's not the rule. And that is a result as a goal. And the score is now 3-2. Bulldogs will restart. Calgary sends it down the line to Teeter. Teeter keeps it in, looking to get to the end line. Gets all the way across the end line, sends it back. It's loose. Trosper's there on the ball, and Trosper's able to settle it. Trosper possessing on the left side, looking to get to the angle, drops it back for Lewis. Out of bounds, throw in for the Bulldogs. Oh no, they're going to change it, throw in for Sporting. Calgary gets tripped up with the free kick, and that is a yellow card given to Sporting. Teeter takes a hard kick but doesn't get it off the ground, and Sporting is able to steal, sent up ahead. Rounds out of the box, and Miller in possession. Send it off Sporting and out of bounds for throw in for Sporting. 18 minutes left to play here in the second half. CJ with a 3-2 lead. Sporting puts a blue ball into play. Calgary pressures ball. Sporting sends it down the line to the right side. McGuire steps in and gets the challenge. Sporting is able to steal back and play it to the back. Play it all the way back as Hammond chases back. Goalie with the quick touch into Teeter possession. Teeter pokes through and deflected off of Sporting. Will be a corner kick for the Bulldogs. Trosper takes the corner kick off target, and free kick, or goal kick, I'm sorry, is the result for Sporting. Sporting is playing these out of the back most often. Quick restart there by Sporting out of the back. Sent down the left side. Calgary comes in to challenge and gets the steal. Calgary with a good turn. Calgary gets through. Sporting steps in, gets a touch. Up ahead to Teeter. Teeter on the ball, takes a shot, but fires it over the goal. And good opportunity for Teeter to get a strike. And the goalie will have to chase one down. Goal kick for Sporting. Restart out of the back. Played into the middle. Hammond gets the steal at the top of the box and draws the foul. That'll be a free kick from about 20 yards out. And it looks like they're going to bring Calgary in for the free kick. Calgary takes a quick start and scores! Calgary restarted before the line was set, and the goalie was trying to set his line. The ref didn't stop the play, and so on a free kick like that, you can restart as soon as you're ready, and just caught him off guard. All right, 4-2 is now the score. Sporting plays possession out to the right side. Trosper comes over to pressure. Sent back into the middle. Calgary works to get back to the ball. Sent all the way across the left side for Sporting. Peter comes up to pressure the ball. Peter gets a touch on it, still loose. Peter working to get position. Stolen away by Sporting. Sporting cross takes the shot, but can't get a good strike on it. And oh, it's still in. Nope, finally out, and goal kick for the Bulldogs. 15 minutes left to play here in the second half. Bulldogs leading 4-2. Brown sends the goal kick up ahead. Schumacher chests it down, but right into the Sporting possession. Sporting into an attack. Cut back to the middle. Falcon's able to get in there and steal it, and McGuire sends it down the line. Sporting can't handle the touch. Out of bounds, throw in for the Bulldogs. Falcon with the throw into McGuire. McGuire touches it back to Falcon. To Trosper. Trosper drops it back for Miller. Miller has some pressure, comes, able to get over to Falcon. Falcon with a heavy touch back to the middle. Sporting steals. Sporting at the top of the box, sends it across. Bouncing ball. Morehouse gets a touch and can't get it cleared to the sideline. It'll be a goal or a corner kick for Sporting. Sporting plays the corner kick quick in and sent across the box. Sporting still in possession. And Morehouse pokes it away. Another corner kick opposite side, this time for Sporting. Sporting sends the free kick to the top. Headed down. It's loose as Schumacher gets a steal up to Cowger. Cowger pokes ahead to Lewis. Lewis is going to chase. Lewis out in front as Sporting plays it back to the keeper. Keeper sends it ahead. Teeter's there to win it at about the 30-yard marker. Teeter looking to get the angle and gets slide tackled. And free kick. He did get ball, but you can't go through the player to get the ball is the thing. Free kick for the Bulldogs at about 25 yards out, it looks like. Okay, this time Sporting is going to make the ref count off the line. And he will need a second whistle since he's asking them to move back. Cowger will take the free kick again. Puts it on the goalie. Goalie's able to secure it. And again, they'll play it out of the back. Sent over here to the left. Able to get down the line. Morehouse and Cowger on pressure. Sporting still in possession over on the left. Peter comes in to pressure. Sent across to the top. Loose at the top. Falcon pops it up in the air. McGuire gets a head on it. Schumacher comes in and possesses. He tries to go wide, but Sporting steps in and steals. Over to the corner. Falcon there. Falcon gets his foot on it and is able to touch it away. Sent up ahead. Sent back to the middle as Hammond challenges back. Shot on goal goes way over. And Brown will take his sweet time to go get that ball as we have 10 minutes left to play here in the second half. Brown, Brown sets up the goal kick. Miller's going to take it. Miller up to McGuire. And quick restart by Sporting up to the top of the box. Shot on goal, and Brown's right there to save it. And yellow card issued for the challenge on the punt by the goalie. All right, Brown will punt it away. Ooh, grounded ball, but Cowger's there. Cowger receives it in turn, sends it up ahead for Teeter, and Teeter's cramping up and can't chase it. Sporting plays it up the left side. McGuire's there on pressure. Morehouse tracks back. Sporting gets up ahead, one-on-one, shot far post, and a great save by Brown as he extends out and makes the save. And Calc will come back in the game for Teeter. All right, Brown punts it away. And into the middle of the field for Sporting. Cowger tracks back to try to get possession. Cowger working to the ball, Sporting challenging. Cowger still working to possession and gets to it all the way back into the box. Cowger gets the turn down the right side, sends it down the right. Hammond comes over to meet the challenge, and 50-50 ball ruled. Free kick awarded to CJ. 7 minutes left to play. Bulldogs leading 4-2. Miller sends the free kick up ahead. Calc's there. Calc settles it, gets it back, takes the strike with his left, and the goalie's right there to receive it. Goalie punts it away to the right, miss hit, out of bounds. And Bulldogs get the throw in. Falcon comes over for the throw in, leaves it for McGuire. McGuire back to Falcon. Sporting steals. McGuire steps into challenge. Sporting still in possession, gets it through. Sporting down the right side. And out of bounds on the touch. Throw in for the Bulldogs. Falcon down the left side. Up ahead to Lewis. Sporting pokes it away. Sporting in possession. Trosper challenging. Sporting will play it back to the line. Hammond gets in position to get the steal. Hammond on the ball into the box. Sporting's able to get back to it, but foul is called. And free kick for the Bulldogs just outside the box. Call it 20 yards out on the left side. McGuire will set up for the free kick. 5.5 minutes left to play. Bulldogs leading 4-2. Sporting setting up their wall. Ref blows a second whistle to put it in play. McGuire sends the driving shot. Far post, and that's a goal. McGuire finds the lane. What a shot. Free kick goal for Dylan McGuire to take a 5-2 lead here with just 5 minutes left to play in this second game of the doubleheader today. Sporting Arkansas winning the first match this afternoon 4-0. Bulldogs come back in this second game, now leading 5-2. Sporting resets and plays it to the back. Lewis challenging. Sporting plays the ball through all the way up to Miller. Miller deflects away. Sporting in possession on the left side. Kauk tracks back to defend. Sporting into the top of the box, but Miller's able to dislodge him from the ball into Kauk on a run. Kauk sends the ball through up to Hammond. Hammond will chase. Into the middle for Schumacher. Schumacher touches. Stolen away by Sporting. Sporting into the middle of the field. Schumacher comes back to pressure. Sent wide as Trosper comes over. Sporting tries to 1-2, miss hit. Trosper steals. Trosper down the line, stays in. Lewis is there to receive. Lewis cuts it back, drops to Schumacher. Schumacher receives and cuts it back over across to Boren in the middle of the field. Boren's able to receive it, hold it, and drop it back to Falcon. Falcon, one touch, but gets stolen by Sporting. Sporting sends it across the box, and Miller's able to shield for Brown to get there. Three and a half minutes left to play. Ball sent wide to Morehouse. Morehouse keeps it in, pokes it down the line, but goes out of bounds, throwing for Sporting. Sporting looking to take a quick throw in. Play to the middle of the field as Calger steps in and gets the challenge. Sporting keeps possession and is able to turn. Trosper steps up to defend. Sporting sends it wide to the right. Trosper comes back on pressure. Sent in, Boren gets a touch. Falcon steps in. Loose as Boren is able to get to the ball and tries to clear. Sporting stops it. Boren steps up and deflects. Hammond gets a touch over to Calger. Calger tracks back to receive it. Calger playing down the right side. Sends it down the right. Good ball as Kauk chases out. And Kauk's cramping up also. That's the cramp up spot down that right side. Same thing that happened to Teeter just a few minutes ago. And Sporting's going to play it all the way across the field. Into the top of the box. Falcon is back. Miller's there. Miller steps in and makes a hard challenge. And PK is awarded as Kauk is down with some cramps on the second game of this doubleheader. This will be a PK for Sporting. The offended player is down. I can't tell what he's holding, if it's his shoulder. Miller gets the yellow card. Under 2 minutes to play here. Score 5-2. Sporting Arkansas with their second PK of the game, second attempt. Brown blocked the first one. Sporting coach gets issued a yellow card. Goal is scored on the PK. And 5-3 now the score, as things are getting pretty testy here in the last minutes of the game. And if anyone's from Lake Country is watching, this is probably why you shouldn't schedule a doubleheader against the same team in the same day. Restart of play. Calgary sends it up ahead. Sporting is in possession on the left side. And that will do it. Final horn. Bulldogs with their first win of the league season. Final score 5-3. Thank you all for tuning in to this CJFC broadcast.